All right, y'all, back on. So I'm gonna have to two-part this up. Right before we got into the reading, I went so hard into explaining the cycles and what it means to wrap up a cycle, what a cycle's considered, where you can fall on the cycles, like if you were high vibe in frequency, if you were vibing more lower, and what all that stuff means. So definitely check that out because it's very important. It's really a part of this reading, especially because I was not supposed to say any of that shit. It just fucking came out. So you have to watch that. It goes with the reading. It just, something happened with my camera. Some fucking software update popped up and it turned my camera off. But you have to go back and watch that, y'all. It's about 10 minutes. And it's very interesting. I talk that shit. I get into analogies. I use, some street shit. Not really too deep, but, y'all know how it is with me. I tell it like it is. So, you're back with another episode of It's Your Girl Gen Ether. We're back with another episode of God and Goddesses Weather Report Tarot Readings. Let's get into the pick a card reading. This is going to be your card of the year. So the card that you get will be the card that embodies the energy of your whole 2020. Now, when I was on the end describing each one's deck, giving you deck 1, deck 2, and deck 3, I was basically noticing that all of these decks represent balance in some form. This is the yin and yang, the balancing out of the feminine and masculine. This is also the balancing of the feminine and masculine with the phallic at the bottom. The phallic is the dick, the penis, and the womb at the top. So the dick, the phallic entering into the womb to create. To create what? To create balance. So then we also have the tree of life. The tree of life, it's talking about getting knowledge and balancing out all of your chakras, balancing out all of the different siphras to create balance. So let's get into it. Yin Yang is deck number 1, pile number 1. This is one card I'll clarify if I have to. The Yin Yang, pile number 1. The Ankh, pile number 2. Tree of Life, pile number 3. So let's get into it. Pile number 1. Where we at? 2:30. Hey guys, could y'all timestamp this? Write the time down. I don't know on Facebook. I don't know if you guys are used to doing that, so I'm still going to do it just in case. But basically, if I ask y'all to timestamp, it's just, especially when I do this shit, like pick a cards, I just want you guys to write down what time your pal started. What time pal 1 started, what time pal 2 started, whatever. Okay. Pile number 1, the Yin Yang. The Yin Yang twins. When I started off, this is when I noticed the camera cut off. I said, the Yin Yang twins. To the window. To the wall. To the sweat drop down my balls. Oh, ski, 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 ski. Up. And you got the Knight of Wands. So, all ski, 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 ski. Well, all ski, 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 ski. All ski. Say, no, let me stop. So, the Knight of Wands. This wand could even symbolize a phallic. The Ace of Wands, this symbolizes a phallic. So it's like you're very passionate. You may be wanting to be passionate with your phallic with someone. And this is what you're stepping into, or this is what your overall energy will be. Now, in this card, I see the third eye peeking out of a helmet. So it's almost like you're armored up. So when you're stepping into this year, you're stepping in protecting yourself. I feel like you're very passionate about something, and it's something that you really use your intuition, hence the third eye popping out of the helmet. So something that you really use your intuition for, and you're very, very passionate about this. So because you're passionate about it and you use your intuition for it, it's like you're stopping at nothing to protect it. So that's why you got the armor on. But basically, it's like you can go through things in life and it causes you to put armor on, but you can put on so much armor that now you can't see the good things that are coming in. You can't recognize anything good because you blocked it out. So it's like you put on this armor, but intentionally kept your intuition, your third eye open. So you can still use your intuition. You can still see things for what they are, but you're just protecting yourself and your passions. So that's the overall energy for what you're on and what you're walking into. Now, also, I noticed the ship on his hand, this tattoo of a ship. So this could be talking about you guys being off to a new journey. Also, I heard the word cargo. So you guys could be packing up, maybe really getting your ducks in a row. Maybe, like I said, packing up your house, getting boxes together. Maybe you guys have been stocking up on a lot of food items with cargo. I also am noticing this flag. Now, I want to say flag means God. I want to say flag means God. So it's like you guys, and it's at the top, which is also symbolizing this intuition. So I feel like as you're selling off, you know that this is you know it's destined for you to do this. You know, sorry guys. Okay, here we go. You guys know that you're supposed to be going in this direction as you're selling off because you have this flag, this little ass flag right on top of all these sales. Now let me look, real quick. Let's look at flag. What's a flag? That's why I keep all these damn books. But this is see, I know I got a book with the flag in it. But yeah, so you guys are definitely off to bigger and better things than whatever you're selling to. Like I said, you know it's divinely guided. And you also know that this is something that you're just very passionate about. I'm trying to see if I can find flag in here. Nope, I believe it's God. I believe it's God. So let's see if I can pick up anything else for you guys. Let me look. I'm going to have to edit this, which I'm good with. Huh. All right. Yeah, pal number one. So I'm going to edit the fuck out of that part. All right. I'm sorry, guys, but I'm also seeing it's phallic. I mean, it's right by his mouth. I tried to ignore this long enough, but you guys could definitely be thinking about how someone's fellatio is, or you could be wanting to do this to someone. This is what you're thinking about coming into your year. But like I said, it is something that you're very passionate about. So this could definitely be sexually based. I feel like for some of you guys, this is about a relationship that you're moving into. And for another part of you guys, this is actually about you guys moving towards a new passionate career, pal number one. So that's your card of the year, the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is a very passionate person. Let's see. Look, got right to him. Okay, Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands is on the move. Travel, flight, departure, disruption. So whatever you guys are doing, it's almost like, and I noticed this too, with this point coming off of this boat. You know, this is like how you can kind of get your attackers, this little staff, which is also another wand. It's like you guys could be disrupting something when you're making this move, and you could know that there may be enemies up ahead. So you guys are ready, and that's why you also have the armor. That's why you got your staff out and ready to make that sharp turn into any enemy's boats if you have to. I don't know if you guys can see that. So yeah, so you guys could be definitely causing some type of disruption or changing plans. But yeah, moving away. Some of you guys are moving away from home. Strangers, arrival, upsetting the status quo. So some of you guys could be moving away from home because there's something within your home that's upsetting the status quo. So you're not, whatever you're feeling like is going on in your home, you feel like you can do much better than that. So you guys could be living in a state or in a city or in a town where you feel like this is not the fucking status quo. I'm getting the fuck out of here. You feel me? Like I can do much better than this shit. But anyway, whatever it is, it could be a relationship where you're getting out of that and disrupting the relationship, a marriage where you're disrupting a marriage because you feel like this is not the status quo. This is not what I wanted. So you guys are disrupting things, moving away. That's what this night means. On the move, travel, flight, departure, disruption, altered plans, home modifications, new address, moving abroad, absence, away from home, strangers rival, upsetting the status quo. All right, pal number one. You done, son? All right, 10:58. Pal number two. All right, pal number two, you guys picked the Ankh. One of my favorite symbols. Like the first, this is literally like the first thing I learned about coming into this new cycle around 2000. And I'll say my cycle probably started around like 20, or maybe 2010. Somewhere around there, 2010. But I really started upgrading. This is like my first upgrade was learning about the Ankh and Egyptian yoga and all that stuff. So also, if you guys are into yoga, or not if you're even into it, if you guys want to understand the symbolisms of the things like the Ankh, the tree of life, and all that stuff, and learn about the centuries of the Egyptian air and what they practice, which is yoga, which is a lot of metaphysics. It's a lot of things that we, of course, everything in religion, a lot of it is based off of that form. So you guys definitely can go buy Egyptian Yoga. It's a great book. I have not completed. It's a big book, but it's a reference book. It's not meant to be read cover from cover. It's meant to be looked up and find fun facts and remember them. So, pile number two. Your card of the year is the Four of Swords. Four of Swords. So you guys, you see what I can see. First, I'll read the card for you guys first. Then I'll start looking. I did it opposite for pile number one. You guys can feel free to pick more than one pal. I don't know why I'm saying that. A lot of times when I do pick a cards, especially when it's only three pals, I may pick all the pals just because I feel like if I watch one and feel like I wasn't enough messages, I feel like they were good, they resonated, but it wasn't enough to. I know there was more. I'll pick another pal. Okay, so Four Swords. This is mental security, retreat. This is a new deck. That's why I'm reading this for you. Mental security, retreat, rest, peace, good organization of ideas, practical spirit, limitations of rational thought, and scientific rigidity. Okay, so you guys are being very scientific about how you move into this next year, with scientific rigidity being the last words that I read. So scientific rigidity, I mean, it means you're being very rigid. You're not trying to cut no corners. You're trying to really, and science, there's a lot of things are scientific. So you don't necessarily have to be actually even doing a science project to be scientific in thought. To be scientific in thought is to come up with a theory and then start coming up with I forget what they're called. Someone who's been in biology or been in labs and shit. Y'all know, you come up with your thesis or whatever, your main idea, and then you start coming up with your supporting facts. And then once you get all your supporting facts, you get your conclusion, and then you can determine if this is fact or fiction. So that's all it means to be thinking scientifically, is to have an idea, find your supporting facts that support that idea to let you know if it's a good idea, and then to move on that fucking idea. You feel me? Y'all ain't know, bro. Yeah, I'm from Wilkinsburg High School. Look it up. I'm just saying. So this is a lot of and I'm not shitting, like, people from Wilkinsburg are very, very, very fucking smart and educated. A lot of it's self-taught, a lot of it's from us just being fucking smart people. We didn't have the best of resources. We had good teachers, not the best of resources. Great mentors, not the best of resources. The people are the resources in Wilkinsburg. You feel me? So, anyway, that's just a little segue. I like patting myself on the back at times. Y'all figure I'm a little cocky sometimes. So anyway, so you guys are really coming up with supporting facts for whatever idea that you guys have been resting on. So this is something that you guys have been thinking about for some time now, way before, this new year. This isn't a fly by night New Year's resolution plan for you guys. This is something that is stable, and you're really trying to make sure that this goes out or works out in your favor. So I also see this flower in the middle of the card. So this is something that, like I said, it started off, flowers all start off plants as a seed, a seedling. So this is a thought and a plan that you started off as it was just a seedling, just a little iota of an idea in your mind. Then it started to you started thinking on it a little bit more, started watering it more by giving it more attention. So as you started thinking about this idea more, that's you giving it water to where it started actually blooming a bit. The seed started growing, a little seedling came out the ground, you know what I mean? So then you're like, oh shit, this shit's getting real. I think once that seedling came out, that's when you kind of knew and just kept manifesting in it. Like, something must have happened. That seedling I feel like if you were manifesting something, you got some type of sign that I think you were basically, when this started as just a seed, I feel like you had no idea what you were doing. You didn't know. I feel like this was more of the seed was in your subconscious mind. I feel like after a while of that seed being planted, it started as the longer the seed was planted in your subconscious mind, I feel like as time went on, that seed started to kind of, even though the seedling or the little greens, I think it's a seedling, the little green sprout, the little first sprout, even though that didn't appear yet, the longer that seed was planted in your mind, you started to kind of realize, like, oh, it started to come up from the subconscious and make its way to your conscious mind. Then from that point, you started paying attention to that thought. And the more attention you gave to it, it was like the water, actually watering it until it grew into that seedling or that little, first manifestation. So something happened at that point. Once you saw the first sprout out the ground, I feel like that is a symbolization for something happening to where you saw like your manifestation actually, like, I don't know if you got a phone call, maybe you were thinking about a job idea or moving or anything, and you actually saw. So if you were thinking about moving to another city, let's say you were thinking about moving to Florida, and at first it was just that little seed, nothing, you didn't even know it existed. Then it crept up, then you started thinking about it more, and then all of a sudden someone randomly calls you from Florida looking to sell their home, and it's like a missed call, like they dialed the wrong number. Like they call for Susan, your name's James, you're a dude, James. And they're like, yeah, Susan, I was just getting back to you about that house in Florida. And you're like, what the fuck? You feel me? So I don't even think it was nothing I don't think it was necessarily even something for you, but it was something that puts you alert, like, oh, this shit's working. So now that you're coming into the new year, this thought has fully bloomed into a full motherfucking flower. You know that whatever this is that you've been thinking about can really take off and grow and really be some type of beauty. Flowers are about beauty. So I feel like this will be something that is beautiful for you, something that will add a touch of color. Maybe your life has been black and white, boring, bland, and you feel like this will add a touch of vibrant color to your life. You'll no longer be in like I Love Lucy was in black and white. You're gonna get that technicolor when they upgrade all the black and white shit. Now, I love Lucy in Technicolor. So you're going to get Technicolor for your life. You feel me? You're going to get an upgrade. So let's see what else I can pull out. Okay. So right here, you see how this sword has like the two caps. These are the two swords. But in reverse, I'm thinking of the opposite way. If I saw this, like if this wasn't the handle of the sword, these two things weren't the handles, then it would be the blade and it would be a double-edged sword. So I feel like you may be coming out of a situation where you felt like it was a lose-lose. Like no matter what you did, you lost. If you did things to make the situation better, you lost. If you did things to kind of pull away, you lost. Like, you know what I mean? Like if, or let's say if you were dealing with, this is sounding like a relationship. So let's say if you were dealing with someone who tells you one thing, like, okay, this is what I need to be happy. I need this, this, and that. So you go on and you do this, this, and that. And then as you do it, they're still sulking. And you're like, well, what the hell? You asked me to do this and this and that. And then they tell you, like, well, yeah, I did say that, but I really meant do it like this, this, and that. So then you do that. And then you're still sulking. You're like, well, what the fuck? And, you know, it's just like no matter what you did to make it better, it was always like a double edged sword. So now it's like you're moving out of that energy with this idea. And this is something that you know will add color, some vibrancy to your life. And it's capped off, it's safe. You're not going to get cut by this sword. You feel me? You're not going to get cut by it. Let's see what else I see. This reminded me of like Arabian Nights type of sword. So I'm thinking like Aladdin and the King of Thieves. So you guys could have been still dealing with someone who was stealing from you. And that was the double-edged sword. So now you're moving into a situation where you know you'll be safe from that. Your money won't be stolen from you. And whatever this is that you're moving into is definitely going to, for some reason, I'm seeing like a bass. I don't know why this card kind of reminds me of bass fish. I don't know why. But I feel like you guys are definitely going to feel emotionally safe. Anything that's in the water, in there, and I feel like this is going to allow you, like I said, whatever that water that you use to water this, I feel like you're going to take into the situation, your emotions. So you're going to be emotionally stable and emotionally open. You're going to want to continue to water this, even when you step into it, because you're going to feel like it's safe. You're going to feel like it's safe to really emotionally give to this situation. So you're not going to pull back. You're just going to emotionally give without concern or paranoia of being hurt or cut by any type of double-edged sword. So you guys have definitely put a lot of thought into what you want to do, and you know that this is stable because, like I said, you've been thinking on it for so long that this has started to really bloom, and now you're even starting to see bits and pieces of your manifestation come into play. So this is what the energy that you're going into is, still really just concentrating on manifesting. And I'm believing anytime you're manifesting, this is a form of alchemy. So you can never manifest by like giving your energy away. So you're going to be continue to pour all this energy into yourself, which will continue to let this flower bloom. So a part of this is about what you want to manifest being the flower that's blooming, but a lot of this is about you blooming, your inner soul blooming, your higher purpose blooming. You knowing what you want is starting to bloom. You as an individual soul spirit, you as a light being is blooming. All right. Pile number 2, that's your reading for your card of the year. Now we got pile number 3 with the tree of life. We got the King of Wands out here. We had the Knight of Wands. Now we got the King of Wands. The Knight of Wands was pile number 1. I'll see what happens, see if it relates. It might, because I'm talking about it like it could be in relation. They both got these tattoos on their hand. The Knight of Wands had a tattoo of a ship, which was like moving away. I saw it packing up of cargo, moving homes, changing locations. This king has diamonds and flowers. Diamonds and pearls. Alright, I have a boy or a girl. I give you the world. My love. Diamonds inside. No, I don't even know that song well. I love that part. Used to be a beat back in like the 2000s that they remixed the fuck out of that shit. I'm gonna have to go find that and do that for real. But anyway, we got the King of Wands. So with this diamond, it's like you guys are really heavily thinking about. It's like the thinking man too a little bit. You see how you got that hand on his chin? Like you guys are going into 2020. Your overall thoughts and overall energy is about how to make this money, this pinnacle, this diamond grow. Because you got the flowers and you got the pinnacle. So you want to bring growth to your money. You're going to do this through your passions because this is the King of Wands. So the King of Wands is someone that does have their passions in check. So let me read the description of this card. This is my newer deck, and I've been reading the description for everyone for this particular reading. All right. King of Wands, estate owner or manager, wise, conscientious, educated, pillar of the community, good mediator, devoted, loyal, good conscience, and can be strict and harsh. Severe measures, austerity. I don't know what austerity means, and I don't have a real dictionary. I need to buy a real dictionary. I see. Note to self, buy a real dictionary. All right, so you guys could be thinking about this money, building this money because you guys want to step into real estate, buy a home, invest. Either you guys want to buy a home so you no longer have to pay rent and you have something that you just own and it's actually an asset that you can maybe later sell if the price values go up in your area, or something that you could pass down as an asset to your children. But you guys are worried about building your assets right now. And a lot of this could be through real estate because it says estate owner or manager. So a lot of you guys could also be getting your real estate license to become a estate manager, also to work for, a real estate company like Howard Hanna or, anything like that, Remax. So it's like right now you're not playing no games. You're very passionate about what you want to do. You're making very wise decisions. And it's like you're not letting anyone get this man. He's playing. You're not letting anyone get in your way because you know what you want. This is the King of Wands. The King of Wands, this crown. Okay, so let me show you this. In the Knight of Wands card, this is pile 1. The Knight of Wands card, you got this third eye popping out. So using their intuition, definitely the shit. This is the 6th chakra. But this king, he definitely ain't stopping. He don't even got his armor on. This knight had to still have armor on and still protect his energy, still make sure no one got in his way. Still very protective, but he kept his third eye open so he could use his intuition. But this person is like the master. They don't even need armor. Like their armor is actually their mind. So they can basically ward off enemies by just thinking the right thoughts. You feel me? Or they never have to have an enemy approach just because they already got their mind set up in a certain way. Their matrix is set up a certain way to where certain things don't exist in this king's matrix. Now, why is that? Like I said, in the Knight card, you see the helmet, you see the third eye. But in the King card, you see this fiery crown, which means you guys in 2020 are stepping into actually having a fully activated crown chakra. Ding, ding, ding! You're the winner! Pal number 3. For a lot of you guys, like I said I forget which pal I said this to, but a lot of times, if I feel like, especially when it's like 3 pals and it's only one card I'm pulling for y'all, a lot of times if I feel like, let's say I pull a deck, pick a deck, and I feel like it's not enough information, I still like, even if it resonated very well, I might be like, I feel like I can get more for my year. We'll use the year as an example. So I feel like I can get more. I'll pick another deck. I feel like for a lot of you guys, a lot of this stuff resonates. It's like this was a progression almost. You feel me? So a lot of you guys might want to go back and check out the other decks. But take it how it resonates. Don't take my word for it. But if I say it and I'm in it right now, you might want to. So you guys have opened up your crown chakra. You guys are fully activated and you know exactly what you want. This means this is going to be one hell of a year. If not everything that you want to do gets accomplished, I'll say by the time you leave out of 2020, you're gonna know. Like by the time you leave 2020, you're gonna be walking into 2021 so fucking confident, like, and not like whack ass fake. Because I walked into 2020 confident, but still in the same situation that I was in really in 20 not beginning 2019, but I feel like this year is going to be a game changer for y'all. Pound number 3, this year is going to be a game changer to where your life will never look the same again. Like, so when you go into 2021, you're going to really look back on this year like, God damn, my whole fucking life changed. How the hell? How did I do that shit? I mean, you know how you did it? You did it by educating yourself. You guys really hunkered down and really made sure that you learned what you had to learn. I feel like you guys put yourself, as saying in this book, pillar community, which is not said for every King of Wands, I don't believe. So it's like you guys really studied. So whatever you were studying, you could have really went out and found a mentor or a group of people that are in the same industry as you and really study with them and formed a, like I said, if it's a real estate, if you guys are really getting into real estate, maybe you guys formed a real estate group and you guys found some business partners to pitch in on some property with. But whatever it was, you really educated yourself and saw exactly what you can do. And you also use your intuition to know what would be best suited for you. Because, like I said, a lot of us are leaving out cycles. So, whatever you're doing in this year, I feel like it's going to be a vast change. I feel like, especially if we're going through the process, and if you guys belong to every deck that was in this Picka card, there was a deck that had the 4 swords where you really thought long and hard. Then the Knight of Wands was talking about moving the fuck away from something. Now we got the King of Wands who's really stepped all the way in their power, crown chakra fully activated, holding that wand strongly and passionately in their hand. Like this wand now, before this wand was just a staff. Now this is really a magic wand now. You feel me? Before this was just a handed down gift from the last king, your dad. And you didn't even really know how to use it. You always liked it. You couldn't wait to have the scepter because it was always just cool and symbolism of being a king. But you never knew that this wand really had magical fucking powers until you activated your crown chakra and were able to activate your magic wand and really just wave it. Poof, I want this. Poof, give me that. Poof, bitch, be gone. You feel me? Y'all been doing shit like that. So this year is going to be very passionate, very fiery. You're going to definitely make a lot of money.